Last week, the 1936 Cord moved to the garage for maintenance and repairs. It has known issues as well as a few hidden surprises. The Cord engine must be running to shift the transmission unless the front fascia is removed to access the linkage and move it manually. This Cord was stuck in an unknown gear and the front left brakes were seized, so that wheel wouldn't roll regardless. That's why the wheel dollies were necessary to move the car to the garage. The seal for the constant velocity shaft was worn and the brake linings and drum were soaked thoroughly with grease, so severely that I had to remove a few mil from the shoe surfaces, hoping they would recover. After the brake assembly was cleaned and operational, I replaced the CV shaft seal. After reassembling the front hub and brake assemblies, the brake master cylinder was inspected. It was found to be severely corroded and leaking, so we installed a fresh unit. Inspection of the fuel system showed that there were 12 gallons of severely varnished fuel in the tank, and most of the fuel system and fuel lines were corroded and required replacement. We also relocated the fuel pump to the rear of the car, closer to the tank. It was in a very difficult area to reach and service. This vehicle had an aftermarket cockpit heater installed, likely in the 30s. They were commonly used in aircraft and could sometimes be a safety hazard. You can see it here under the dash. This is a Stewart Warner model. We removed these fuel and vacuum lines, rendering the unit permanently safe. The modifications that were made to the fuel system for the gasoline heater were rather extensive, with the added fuel bowl, vent lines, and many fittings, most of which were corroded. The carburetor upper clamshell required some JB Weld repair and a general rebuild. All of the added heater fuel components were removed and stored in the shop inventory for future considerations. This has the regulator on the firewall, and polarizing just requires touching the battery terminal on the left here to the armature terminal in the middle.